Got a pound of ground beef that you need to use up that's sitting in your fridge? Well, keep watching. Hey y'all, I'm Sammi and welcome to my kitchen. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 6 of the best, most delicious ground beef recipes you'll ever try. So sit back and relax, grab you some sweet tea, and let me do all the cooking. Come on y'all, let's go.
First up is an easy goulash. This one is amazing, so simple, but it will definitely get them bellies full. So starting out into a large skillet, I've got 1 pound of lean ground beef. I'm just going to go ahead and mix that up just a little bit, just to kind of break it apart. And now we're going to put the seasonings in it with some onions. That's about 1/2 cup of diced up onions, about a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of salt. You can lessen that if you need to. Next, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika. That's so hard to shake out. And then 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning goes right on in there. And I know y'all see my dogs at the top of that screen because they're never too far away from their mama while I'm cooking. Now, once that's browned, you can drain any grease out if you have any. Where this was lean, I didn't have none, so I was good to go with adding in the garlic next. I added in about 2 tablespoons of garlic, along with 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 can of the tomato sauce, 1 can of petite diced tomatoes, and then 2 cups of elbow macaroni that's not cooked, and then 1 can of beef broth. Now these are all about 16-ounce cans that I'm using here. Then you'll give that a good stir together, and then once you have that well combined, you will let it come up to a boil after you add in 2 bay leaves right here. And I just kind of sunk them down on in there a little bit. Now you will put that lid on and let that come up to a boil, and then you'll boil it for about 12 minutes, just on a low simmer, I should say, not really boiling it. But once that's done, you'll take out the 2 bay leaves, set that aside. And that's why I didn't sink them in too much, and I didn't stir it either. If I did, I just kind of tried not to disturb the bay leaves. Once you have those removed, you'll give that a good stir together just to make sure that those noodles are cooked. We're going to take a bite right here. And y'all, this one, oh, it was so good. It was just like good down-home cooking done the easy way. If y'all could smell, I wish I had smell-o-vision because it was amazing. Now, I just served this with a little bit of cheese on top and some parsley just to make it look pretty. So do me a favor, if you like this video so far, go ahead and give me a big old thumbs up and click that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and I would love to have y'all. Plus, you don't want to miss any more easy recipes. Now, moving right along, we're going to make a taco pasta helper the homemade way. It is so good, and it's perfect for a different version on a Taco Tuesday where you're not sure of what to make. So in a large skillet, I've got 1 pound of ground beef, a small onion diced up. Then we're going to start seasoning it up with some Kinder's all-purpose seasoning, some caramelized onion butter. Those are both to taste, but I probably used about a teaspoon, and as well as some Badia complete, salt, and pepper. You can never go wrong with salt and pepper. If that's the only 2 seasonings you have, it'll be just fine. So you'll go ahead and mix that together and get it all nice and browned up and drain any excess grease that you might have. And then you'll add in 1 packet of your favorite taco seasoning, along with about 1 to 2 tablespoons of garlic, 1 can of the mild Rotel. Then you will add in 1.5 cups of milk right into the mixture, and along with 1.5 cups of beef broth. Then you will add in 2 cups of rotini pasta. Give that a good stir together just to make sure that that garlic and the taco seasoning and everything is well mixed. And yes, that's pepper in the corner again. Then you'll let it come to a low simmer, put the lid on it, and let that cook for about 12 to 15 minutes. You do want to stir that periodically though, that way that pasta don't stick. Then we're going to come in with a 1/2 cup of heavy cream and 2 cups of cheddar cheese. And now I love to grate my own cheese. It just seems like it tastes better and it melts better. But sometimes I have to use the bag cheese, and there's nothing wrong with that. And y'all know what I say, mo cheese, mo better. Y'all, this was so creamy and absolutely delicious and a perfect variation for Taco Tuesday. So definitely give this one a try. I served it up with some cheese, sour cream, and taco sauce right on top. And this was absolutely lip smacking good. It was that good, y'all. Definitely give this one a try. I know all the little kiddos would absolutely love it. Next up, we are going to make some chili mac. This was amazing. I could not believe how simple this was, and it was loaded plumb full of flavor. So good. Into a large skillet, I put 1 pound of lean ground beef. I just like to break it up a little bit before I start adding in all the yumminess. Then we're going to add in a 1/2 cup of diced onions, about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and pepper. Then we will add in about a 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon of ground cumin, and the same for the paprika. And we will add in about a 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon of onion powder and chili powder. Now, I added about 2 teaspoons of chili powder because I love it. It is all up to taste of how much seasoning you need to put in there, but I always have the recipes linked down below. Once that is browned, we're going to add in about 1 to 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 small can of tomato sauce, 1 can of diced tomatoes, and then 1 can of chili beans. Now I'm using mixed chili beans, and it was phenomenal. And again, with 2 cups of elbow macaroni and 1 can of beef broth, or you could make your own. Then you'll just give this a nice stir together to make sure everything is well combined. And then you'll let that come up to a simmer before popping your lid on it. And then that cooks on about medium low heat. And once it is stirred all together and pretty much all the liquid has evaporated, that's when you'll add in about 2 cups of cheese. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but we love cheese here. If you can't have cheese, you could always leave it out. It would be just as good without the cheese. But y'all, that cheese is what makes it, in my opinion. And we love cheese around here. Now, I serve this up with a little bit of sour cream and some cheese and parsley. It was amazing, and it was so good on a cold or chilly fall evening. This definitely hit the spot. I mean, can you go wrong with chili and then like a cheesy macaroni? I don't think so. Next up, we're going to make a Big Mac Tater Skillet. This one was so good. I absolutely love Big Macs, and when you throw in your taters right in the mix, you can't go wrong. Now, I'm going to start out using these diced hash brown potatoes right into my air fryer. I'm just going to drizzle some olive oil right over the top and season them with some salt, some pepper. Now, this is to taste. And then some paprika and onion powder. About a 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon each would be fine. Then you just want to give them a good old shake together and make sure it's all seasoned. Now, if you don't have an air fryer, you could always just brown them right on up in your skillet or pop them in the oven and let them get nice and toasted that way. Then to a large skillet, I put 2 pounds of ground beef. We're going to season that up with some onion powder, paprika, salt, and pepper. About a 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon each. Then we're going to add in 1 medium diced up onion right to the mix. And then I also decided to throw in some adobo complete seasoning right here by Badia. And then we will just brown that all the way up and drain any excess grease that you might have in your pan before adding in about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of garlic, because y'all know I love my garlic in this house. We all love our garlic. By that time, your taters should be nice and crispy. You'll add them right on in to the pan. I did cook those at 400 for about 20 minutes though. Then you will add in some burger sauce. I'm using the Kinder's, probably about a 1/2 cup or so of that. And then you just mix that well. And then I like to smooth it right on out before I add in my cheese to top it, of course. Y'all know me. but I just added about 1.5 cups of cheese right on top. I'll pop that lid back on that skillet and let the heat from that cook or melt that cheese on down. That way all that cheese sucks down into them beef and taters. Now here comes the Big Mac part. So you get you a big old helping heaping of that beef and taters. Then you top it with some shredded cheese and some lettuce, along with some diced up pickles and onions, and of course more burger sauce, or you could use like the secret sauce or Thousand Island, whatever you wanted. And of course you gotta throw some sesame seeds right on top in order to make it a Big Mac salad or Big Mac Tater Skillet. If y'all like what you're seeing so far, do me a favor and give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have y'all. Now moving right along, we're going to make a creamy Italian beef casserole. This one was delicious, y'all. I took my normal tater tot casserole and I just amped it up a little bit. So to a skillet, I've got 1 pound of lean ground beef. We're going to season that up with some nature seasoning and a small onion diced up. It's about 1/2 cup of onion. Now, if y'all are asking about Badia Complete, if y'all can't have that seasoning and you're looking for another all-purpose seasoning, try the Nature's seasoning. It is delicious. Once that beef is browned up and you've got the grease drained out of it, you will add in 1/2 cup of beef broth, 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 block of cream cheese that has been softened, 1 can of cream of mushroom, and 1 packet of Italian salad dressing mix, the dry Italian seasoning. I was about to say ranch, y'all. Once you have everything in there, you'll give that a nice mix together, and you can see how nice and creamy that is. We'll set that aside and then get over a 9x13 baking dish and get you out some tater tots because you're going to need some. I put a layer in the bottom, just a nice single layer. Then you'll take your creamy beef mixture, pour that right over the top of it, kind of smooth it out, make sure it covers all them tater tots. Then, you know, I've got to be artistic, and I'm just going to line them tater tots right over the top. And is that not pretty? Because you eat with your eyes first, right? Then, of course, y'all know me with the cheese. It's got to have it right on top of it. Not a lot, but just a little, or just enough in this opinion. This goes into a 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes. Then it is nice and crispy. Those taters are crispy on the bottom because of where it baked, and they're nice and crispy on the top. Y'all, the cheese was, oh, I just can't say enough about this one. Definitely make sure y'all try this one because it was amazing. So belly filling and rib sticking good. A very good twist on a tater tot casserole, if I do say so myself. Delicious. Definitely make this one for your family. It's perfect for these cool, crisp fall evenings. Now, last but not least, let's make some barbecue bacon cheeseburger hash. This is definitely a favorite in my house now. I'm so glad I come up with this recipe. Into a very large skillet, I put about 2 tablespoons of bacon grease, or AKA liquid gold, in there with some peeled russet potatoes. I used 3 large and I just diced them up. Then we're going to season it up with the burger seasoning by Kinder's, 1 small onion diced up, some onion powder, paprika, and salt and pepper, of course. Then you will mix that mixture right on up just to make sure them taters are covered by that bacon grease, of course. And then you'll put that lid on it and let them taters steam as they fry. That way the inside will get nice and tender, and then you have that nice crispy on the outside. Y'all can kind of see it right there. Now, once those taters have cooked for about 15 minutes, you will add in your garlic. And y'all already know I love me some garlic. So I put about 2 tablespoons in there. 1 package of the already pre-cooked bacon bits. And then your ground beef is already in there. Now I had already browned that, of course. That was about 1 pound to 2 pounds. I think it was a little over, maybe about 1.5 pounds actually. You'll stir that all together, and then you added in 1/2 cup of cheese right into that mixture. Give that a nice stir, and then another 1.5 cups right over the top, y'all, of course. Pop that lid on it and let it get all ooey gooey and melty right over the top. And I did sprinkle a little bit more bacon bits right on top of this before serving it. Once you have it on your plate, this is where the barbecue comes into play. I drizzle that right over the top of it, and does that not look delicious, y'all? I promise you, you will not be disappointed if y'all make this one. But do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and become part of my YouTube family. That way you have so many more recipes. But now, let's get on to these bloopers, y'all. I know you love them. Didn't have too many, but there's enough. Yeah. And now the dogs are out there barking, so that'll probably pick up in my video. Oh well. Ow! I keep conking my head on that thing. Seriously. I see how this video is gonna go. Intro Joshua. Seriously? Hashtag boy mom. That's going in my bloopers. I'm sure y'all heard that. I did it! In one take. Friday happy dance, y'all will see this Sunday. Friday happy dance, y'all will see this Sunday. My dogs really think I'm crazy. Yeah. See y'all. All right, y'all, that is it for today's video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give me thumbs ups, leave me comments down below, and hit that subscribe button and become part of my YouTube family. It's totally free, and I would love to have y'all. If you are in need of prayer, please let me know down below, and I would be honored to pray for you all. And if you're looking for some other ground beef ideas or crock pot recipes, check out these other 2 videos on your screen right now. And until next time, from my heart to yours, God bless. Bye.